Good morning, everybody. It's Brooke with Mrs. Cog Hill Farm, and I hope you all are having a fantastic Thanksgiving wherever you are. Today is obviously not Thanksgiving because we have to have time to record a video and then Jason edits it. So I just hope that you are able to enjoy your day, hopefully with friends and family or whatever makes you happy. And if not, I hope you enjoy this video and I'm able to give you a little bit of a smile on this Thanksgiving Day. I'm out in front of the barn with, well, Pocket's right in front of me. Pookie, Pocket, let's see if I call her, if she's gonna respond to me. Of course I have Bramble here with me because everywhere I go, Bramble goes. Let's see what she does. Pocket. Pookie. She's not going to do anything because she is enjoying her grass. And I'm enjoying the fact that she's living here and enjoying her grass. So it's a win-win for all of us. Now I have two cats. Sylvester has joined me. Sylvester and Bramble, hope that you guys are having a wonderful day. I cut my head off trying to show Sylvester, but at least y'all are getting to see how beautiful these two sweet boys are today. Right, Bramble? You're just so sweet and loving. If y'all saw my last video, you know that my silky hen had two eggs that she had been sitting on for, I don't know, it has to be approaching 21 days. When I did the last video, I know it had been 2 weeks, so it's got to be close to 21 days. And that's the amount of time that it takes for a chick to hatch. So at the end of the last video, I was kind of hanging my head and told you guys that I was going to go on a chick search. This time of the year, people that normally hatch chicks are not hatching chicks, simply for the fact that nobody buys chicks when it's cold outside. And I say nobody, but that doesn't mean nobody. Most of us don't buy chicks when it's cold outside. But I had one person in mind that if anybody around had chicks, it would be this lady. And this lady has a connection with us. That is because she's Holly's former owner. Now, most of you already know who Holly is, but for those of you who may not, Holly is our Australian Shepherd Border Collie mix per DNA test that we adopted. December was, this coming up December, just in a little bit, will be 2 years that Holly's been with us. And her previous owner, Miss Penny, had Holly. And Miss Penny had some health problems that were not allowing her to keep up with Holly. Holly was probably about 4 months old at the time, I would guess. And full of energy. So Miss Penny had to have a back surgery. She has since had to have an ankle surgery. She's had lots of health problems, but Miss Penny's back on track. So much so that hatching chicks was one of the things that she enjoyed previously, and she had completely came to a halt because of her health issues. So I'm friends with Miss Penny on Facebook, and I follow her what she's got going on health-wise and in her fun part of her life. And I knew that she was hatching chicks again. So much so that every time she shares that Silky's hatched, I get kind of giddy, and then I say, no, Brooke, you don't need any more chicks because we don't have the potager garden finished. And that's the goal, is to put, I don't know if y'all can hear it or not, but roosters are crowing. And that's why I'm saying that's our goal, to put hens, a couple of silky hens, in the potager garden that is a kitchen garden. It's called a potager garden that's behind our house, that we'll be using raised beds And the little silkies can walk around. They can't get in the raised beds. They're not known to even get on a roost that's higher than 6 inches or so. So our raised beds are stacked 2 timbers high. There's no way they can get in there. But what we have now is only 1 hen and a bunch of roosters. And we don't want roosters behind our house. And you can hear why. Our roosters now are out in front. They're way away from the house. They don't wake us up. We wake them up most of the time. But that being said, I went to Miss Penny's Facebook page. I did not see that she had any chicks that she was advertising. So I sent her a message, right, Brimble? And I said, you don't happen to have any silky chicks, do you? As a matter of fact, I had the last batch that I'm hatching for the season hatched last night. And she said she had about 10 that hatched. And I said, oh my goodness, because I never expected to hear this answer from anybody, especially not Miss Penny that lives, literally it was 8 miles from our house to her place from us. So y'all, I'm not gonna hold you up anymore. Let's go take a peek now that you know how happy my Thanksgiving is gonna be. Well, here I am in the milk room, and you guys know that's not where that hen was sitting. So what's going on here? So I brought the chicks home. Miss Penny did tell me that she had a minimum order of 5. And I didn't want 5, I just wanted 2. But if that's the way she wanted to sell them, then I had to take whatever I could get at this point. So I said, okay, I'll take 5. And she told me what the cost would be. And I met her at a little convenience store. Like I said, it was 8 miles from our house. And she wanted me to have a box with shavings in it because they were just born last night, the night before. And I said, okay. So I got my box together, and this was just wham bam. We didn't have a brooder set up. We didn't have anything set up. So I knew that these chicks were vulnerable, and I wanted to also make sure that they would survive. Being day-old chicks, anything can happen. You have those that are just weak and don't make it, and then anyway, enough of that. You just don't ever know with day-old chicks. So I told Jason I didn't want to take a chance of giving her a chick that wasn't strong and healthy, and I didn't feel pretty comfortable about the fact that it would make it. So he and I did a quick setup of first an incubator, because it was going to take a minute to get this brooder set up. So I immediately brought this little styrofoam incubator that you used to hatch chicks in the milk room, because it was quick, and the chicks needed heat. They needed heat more so than they needed food or water at the time, because it was very chilly. So the next thing we did was we got the brooder, which was a 3-tiered brooder. It has I have 2 that have heat in them, and then I have a section that's a grow out pen. And those were stacked 3 high. So Jason and I knew that if we left it in the barn area, that wide open barn area, the temperatures could get too cold and not be able to keep the brooder at around 100 degrees, which is what newborn chicks need. So the next thought was, how are we going to get it in the milk room? The thing measures 40 inches wide. We don't have a door that's 40 inches wide. And here it stood 3 tiers high. So I said, Jason, let's take one of the sections off. The section off that has the wheels. Let's take it off, because you do buy them and then add on if you need more space. So we did that. We took the screws out of it, and we wheeled it over to the door of the milk room, in which he and I were able to turn it sideways and get it in here, because then it was not too heavy for us to manage. When it was 3 tiers, there was no way we could turn it sideways or get it in the milk room. So we set it up in here on the floor where there's a plug, and it's heated. This room is heated, so I don't have to worry about the temperatures getting too low. And what happens with this brooder is when the temperatures get too low, it's a constant beeping, letting you know that something needs to be done to keep your chicks warm. All right, I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it's reading 100 degrees, and that's what I've got it set on, and that's where it needs to be. So perfect reading. Bramble, I see you, baby. The cats have been around chicks since they were kittens, so there's no chance that anything's going to happen. Here they are. Enough talking. Bramble, can you play some music like dun-dun-dun-dun? Are we ready? Since it's at 100 degrees, I'm just going to take the entire lid off and show y'all. Now, there's no way to tell if they're hens or roosters at this point. Miss Penny's an experienced brooder. She's a breeder, not a brooder. And she has no idea what's hens and roosters. And silkies are very hard to tell. They can be on up in age until you see an egg be laid or a crow being made before you can determine the sex of the chicks. So since they've only been here overnight, I put their feed on a little piece of cardboard. And then I've also got their water with some rocks in it so they won't drown. Now, here's the kicker, is I have to see if that hen will even accept a chick. She's been sitting on 2 eggs. I told y'all one of them's cracked, but the crack is not because the chick's trying to escape. The crack is because something happened. So I'm going to do a little rearranging, get a feeder and a waterer set up near Mama Hen. I'm not moving her out of that stall just yet because I don't even know if she's going to accept them. And right now the temperatures are so that the goats don't need to come inside anyway. So if the temperatures drop and she accepts the chick, we'll rearrange. But this is just an experiment to see if she'll even take the chick. And if she takes 1, we'll try 2. And if she does well with 2, then we'll add more. But Miss Penny said, do not go in there. She gave me 1 free one. I paid for 5 and she gave me 6. Do not go in there and put 6 chicks under her. I knew this already, but just to share what she said, that mama knows she's got 2 eggs under, and you're going to overwhelm her if you all of a sudden put 6 chicks under there. Now, as she gets used to taking care of a chick, then she will probably accept more. But that's going to be a gradual thing. We're going to start out with 2. And then I will update you as time goes on as to if she takes more. But they did well overnight. They're, of course, huddled in the back because they're scared. And they're trying to stay warm by using their body heat. So I'm going to cover this up, get a feeder and a water set up. And we're going to roll an egg out, put a chick under, and see how she does. Okay, y'all. You can see Mama sitting back here in the corner. I moved the shavings out of the way so the chick would not cover the water up with shavings, or the mama. And I've got Mama's feed as well as the chick's feed. I'm probably going to move the chick's feed out of the way. It's okay for Mama to eat what the chick does. And next step, y'all, I'm going to roll an egg out and slide. Let me show y'all the little chick before I go in there. It's precious. It is precious. So let's see how this goes. All right, y'all, here we go. Let's see what happens here. Let's see, girl. Let's see. Here's your egg. I feel it. All right. In goes the chick, and out comes one of the eggs. Ooh, the chick didn't even stay up under. Let's see what she does. Let's see what she does. I'm going to put the chick back under again just so she knows. She knows she's there. That is a good sound. That is a mama that's taking care of her baby sound. Y'all see her? She's kind of raising up a little bit. She knows something's under her. And this is something that it's hit or miss. Not all hens will accept a chick, even if they're broody. But I do see that things are going well so far. Usually, in my experience, when I have done this, if the hen isn't going to accept the chick, it's an immediate pecking game. That hen will peck that chick literally until death if you don't stand and supervise. So don't try to do this expecting it to work, because, like I said, you never know what the outcome's going to be. You just don't know. Well, girl, I think you are going to accept it. This is good. This is really good. So I got a little experiment I want to do. I'm in the barn already. You guessed it, freeze drying. I'm going to go and we're going to experiment. And I will continue to check on her and make sure she's got her wing up. I'm trying to see what she's doing. She's kind of got her wing up like a, well, let's see. Like she's trying to let the chick get a little bit of air on that far side. You can hear the chick though. I know she's enjoying the warmth of a mama versus the warmth of the incubator. If you do the process quickly and the chick is not too old, like this chick has just been hatched, things usually go a lot better than if you try to do it with a chick that's been in a brooder for a few days or been in another environment for a few days. So the quicker you do it, obviously, the better it is. All right, let's go to the barn. Not the barn, we're in the barn. Let's go to the milk room. So what are we gonna freeze dry? We're in the milk room where the freeze dryer is, and this is two things that I have never done. First of all, I've never used a mold to freeze dry anything. And what I mean by that is Harvest Right sells silicone molds that you can actually freeze dry in. Or you can pre-freeze it in the molds and then pop it out on your freeze dryer trays, and it will be in a shape of your choice or a bite of your choice. You remember when I did the yogurt and I just poured it all over the tray? Well, if I had molds at the time, I could have pre-froze it and popped it out on trays, or even freeze dried it in the trays directly. But this is something that I thought would be fun, and I picked these molds up. I'm not going to freeze dry these molds because they're not intended for that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these molds to pre-freeze with and then put it on my freeze dryer trays to where I can freeze dry it in a shape. And why would I do that? Well, because it's Christmas season. I mean, here it is, Thanksgiving Day, and you know what that means. All across the United States, we rush Christmas. Before Halloween, even most of the time, Christmas decorations are already out. And so I figured, since Christmas is our next holiday and today is Thanksgiving, we would use a Christmas mold. And it has snowflakes, snowmen, which is not particularly Christmas. It can be just wintertime. And then we have a Santa Claus and a candy cane. But what are we going to put in here? This is something I've never freeze dried either. And I think it's something you either love or you hate. What is it? Now this says Southern Comfort, but that's just the brand. This is non-alcoholic eggnog. And eggnog is something that you will find you can't get year-round. You can't anyway in my area. So my plan is to take the eggnog, use a turkey baster that's not been used to baste any turkeys, and pipe it into these silicone molds to pre-freeze it, pop it out on my freeze dryer trays, and freeze dry it. Now I'm thinking, since I love to drink eggnog, that I'm probably going to love to eat eggnog too. If I can't get enough shapes made, I'm just going to pour some on a tray, because that means in July, when I get a hankering for some eggnog, I can rehydrate it. And that is something I'm going to experiment with, is rehydrating the eggnog powder to see if it tastes anything like the eggnog when it comes from the store. I got to get a taste of it. I love it so much. I have not had it since last year, and I brought me a cup so I could have just a sip of it. That might be more than a sip, but that is delicious. Now, I know that you can make eggnog homemade, but my chickens are on vacation. They're not giving me enough eggs to make eggnog with. So I did the next best thing that I knew to do, and that was buy it at the grocery store. So we're going to get to piping, and we're going to put the eggnog in the little silicone molds. And I don't know how it's going to turn out, but we're about to find out. Well, I must confess, I had my last sip of eggnog before I turned the camera back on. Well, that sucked it up really good. Now let's see how easy it is to use a turkey baster to pipe it into the little shapes. I don't want to get it too full either, because, oh wow, this is working perfectly. I might not even spill any. Or I should not talk about that and just hope I don't spill any. So far so good, and nothing like the sound of chicks in the background to help me work. Oh, I hope this works out. I hope they're easy to pop out of the mold. I've never ever froze anything in a mold and tried to get it out, so hopefully it doesn't stick. So it worked out very well. I've got a little air bubble there I'm going to pop, but I'm going to go ahead and stick these in the freezer. And I think I'm also going to go ahead and pre-fill some trays because I want everything to be frozen when it goes in. If you put something that's liquid in your freeze dryer, you risk sloshing it. So I have found that if I pre-freeze it, I eliminate all that sloshing around, and I can just take my freeze dryer tray over to the freezer and put the lid on it and stack them that way. It saves me a lot of mess. So while I'm pouring this on the tray, so I can get it to the freezer, I wanted to let you guys know this is my last video before the Harvest Right Black Friday sale ends. And that runs the entire month of November. There we go. I'm going to be able to fill up 2 trays with the remainder of the eggnog. So while that's freezing, I'm going to let it freeze until I know it's solid. I want to be certain that I can pop them out of the molds and not have a crumbly mess. We're going to go check on the mama chick and see how the baby's doing. I need to know though, do y'all like eggnog or do you not like it? It's like I said, it's just one of those things. You either love it or you hate it. And then if you do like it, do you sprinkle a little nutmeg on the top, or are there any things that you like to cook with eggnog? I hear chirping. Oh, there's the chick. She came out from under the mama. I still feel really good about this process. I do. I feel really good. I think the mama's face to face basically with the chick. And if she did not like that chick, look, she's going up under her. Y'all look. She went right up under, and the mama kind of showed her the way and pushed her on under her. This is good. Really good. Okay, so I'm going to keep check on her, make sure nothing goes wrong, and then I'll update you guys when I come back to the barn, and if she's doing good, we'll try a second chick and see how she does with that. All right, y'all, so I did not feel that the eggnog was frozen enough yesterday to pop it out of those molds, so here I am early the next morning, and I'm about to go in the barn, but I want y'all to see something first. Ready? Hey, Pookie! What you doing, girl? And that was it. Pocket is so awaiting us to come visit her in the morning, as well as her food. I'm sure that's another big reason for that whinny that you hear. But here she is in her stall awaiting breakfast. Good morning, girl. Did you and Peaches sleep well? I got to get y'all's breakfast fixed. And then I got to go in the milk room and do something. So I'm in the milk room wetting Pockets and Peaches' food, and I can hear Tater loud and clear inside the milk room. She's ready to eat her breakfast too. So while we're waiting on that to get saturated, let's go over and check on Mama Hen and her chick and see how things are doing. I checked on her throughout the day yesterday. All was good. I did not add a second chick because I just wanted to make absolutely certain things were going good. Hey, Mama, how are things going? I hear a baby. Yes, I do. I hear your baby. Yeah, I hear a kitty cat too. You don't have any kitties under you, do you? I don't think so. All right, let's see if, will you let us see your baby this morning, sweet girl? Oh, there it is. Out she came. Good morning, little one. All right, you gonna get you some breakfast? I know Mama showed you how to eat. Yeah. There you go. Oh, y'all look at her. Mama's dropping some pieces of starter on the ground for her to kind of show her how to eat. I know that the chick has eaten because I've seen it. So, y'all, that's just, she's definitely a good mama. And under her she went. Well, this tells me that I can add a second one. So I'm going to slip that second egg out from under her that I know is not going to hatch and put a second chick up under her. Now we got to, excuse the roosters, we got to grab Peaches and Pocket and get them fed. And the temperatures are not too cold. What I've been doing is feeding Pookie or Pocket outside with a hanging bucket. I've got one on the inside and the outside in case the temperatures are low. And then Peaches eats inside the stall where she sleeps at night. So let's get this taken care of. All right, pretty girl. You about ready to go outside and get your breakfast? Let's see. This is Miss Peaches, and this one's yours. All right, come on. Come on, come on. No, that's Peaches. That's Peaches. You come with me. Come on. Come on. Good girl. Come on. All right, here's her hanging bucket on the outside. Watch out. There you go. All right, you enjoy your breakfast, and I'm going to go give Peaches hers. We did get a little bit of rain last night, which was a good thing. Peaches' food is good and moist. Good morning, boss lady. There's your food. I haven't peeked at them this morning. I've been running and feeding. Well, let's see. I don't really care which one goes because they're just all so cute. They're all so cute. And they're all, of course, huddled into the back where I got to reach all the way across this brooder and try to grab one. So it's just simply a matter of, there we go. This one. You're going to be with the mama. And then we have, how many more? 1, 2, 4 more. So if she'll take all 6 of y'all, that'll be great. Let's try you and see what happens. Anticipate this one's going to go even better than the last because it was totally new to her from going from an egg to a chick. Well, now she knows she's got a chick. And I mean, I hear the mama voices right now. She's in there just a-clackling and letting that chick know that she's its mama, showing it where the food is. The little chick is out from under her again while she's teaching it how to eat. All right, so this is going to be, there it goes. Did y'all see that or did I miss it? How it just burrows itself up under her. Let's get this egg out and put this new chick up under her. Here comes this egg. That chick's under her wing. Let's move the feeder a little bit. All right, so here's the second egg. Got it out. The other little chick's over drinking water. Don't know if y'all can see that or not. Now, yesterday I did make a change. I had a 1-gallon water in here for Mama, just so she could drink while she was broody. And I realized that the lip was probably a little bit too tall on that water. So I did change it out to a chick water, which is the yellow water there. Oh my goodness. Look, y'all. I'm still working on my camera skills, but look at that baby poking his head out the top of her wing. And the other one's over there just a drinking. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is wonderful. If this doesn't warm your heart, nothing will. Oh. Are y'all making the same noises at home that I am? Because I am loving this. You can just see the little bit of white sticking out of her wing right there. And the chick is now quiet. She has the warmth of her new mama. And the mama is very accepting. While the other one is over here drinking. Now I put the rocks in that little water so no chicks would drown. I got a little bit too close. And let's see, baby. Let's see. Let's put you up under Mama instead of under her wing. There you go. Let's see. All right. The two chicks are together. But let's see. I'll show you how to get up under her. There you go. Now. Oh, back to the wing. Oh, that's obviously where she wants to be. Now the other one's like, I'm going under. And she did just that. She went up under while this one prefers to be under the wing. I'm not going to move you again. I know that you know how to maneuver yourself. Oh, wow. I don't know if it'll be today when the eggnog is finished, but regardless, I'm going to continue to try to get her to accept the chicks. Well, I'm back in the milk room and the freeze dryer is at 7 degrees. So we are definitely in the clear to go ahead and pop our eggnog out of the molds and get it in the freeze dryer. I hope this goes well. I don't want a bunch of crumbled up eggnog. How do y'all think this is going to go? Hopefully good. I've never ever done anything like this. I've never used a silicone mold for anything. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's easy. It's working. So I didn't realize that the whole thing was just gonna... Uh-oh. Maybe I can get this one back together. I did that upside down. Okay, so that's a semi-snowflake. And I realized that part of the snowman's hat came off, so let's get it back on. Well, it could be that I did the right thing by choosing to do some that wasn't in molds. There we go, another one broke. Oh well. I bet you it'll still eat, even if it's in pieces. And I am able to kind of get it back together. Have no idea how long this is going to take. It's obviously a liquid, and liquids take a little bit longer than some foods do because it's got to dry it out. So stay tuned. I will be back with a taste test and possibly adding another chick. All right, y'all, we got goats outside, so hopefully you can hear me. But y'all, let me tell you, this mama, she now has 3 chicks. I added another one. I just wanted to make sure everything was okay before I added the 3rd one. And look here, look here. Let's see your babies. 3, look at there, 3 little babies. All right, y'all go back to Mama. Go back. She's the best mama.
Here, calling them?
Yes. She's great, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Get up. There we go.
All
and watch,
up.
These are the 2 original ones that I put under.
Uh-huh.
And they know the ropes already.
They're going to get right up under.
Oh, yeah. They eat a little bit of kibble. Mama will take some out and drop it on the ground and show them that they need to eat.
Wow.
It's perfect. So I got 3 more to go.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm doing this, slow.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm betting by my next update. Look at this one peeking his head out. Look at him.
I don't know if I can get over there.
Oh, you don't need to. Just trust me. It's so cute.
We can't see it.
But anyway, 3 babies now. Are you ready to try something that I experimented
Yes,
with?
ma'am.
Okay, let's go.
As long as it ain't yogurt, we're good.
Okay. All right, y'all. It's time for the test. See, I told you my shapes are not,
Some of them look okay.
they're not perfect. They're not what I expected. I think it's because of the butter fat.
Oh, okay.
You know, it didn't come out of the mold as good as like water would have, obviously. And they're probably stuck. So you're going to try a broken candy cane?
I'm going to try broken candy.
I'm going to try. This is no longer a candy cane shape. I don't know. Maybe this is a J for Jason.
I'm going to tell you on a winning streak.
I know what you're going to say. This is your favorite.
That's one of my favorites.
That
you
is,
are on a winning streak.
That is really, really good.
The grapes are amazing. The
That's good.
That's so good.
You know what?
That's good.
You could drop this in your coffee.
Mm-hmm.
If I could figure out how to make the shape successfully.
It wouldn't matter.
Even circles.
It wouldn't matter.
I mean, so there's my experiment with my shapes.
Right.
And then here's, I'm just going to kind of crack it. Hear it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take a spatula and get all this goodness up. But we could add this to coffee, to ice cream as a topping, or reconstitute it into eggnog in July.
That's true.
When there's no eggnog to be found. You like them?
I like it better than cheesecake.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
Cheesecake was the last thing I did, right?
Yeah, like I said, you've been on a winning streak. The grapes were amazing. Cheesecake was really good. This is better than a cheesecake.
It's really good.
Depending on what day it is, would determine which one I like, the grapes or this. Like right now, it's gloomy outside and nasty.
You like an eggnog?
I would probably lean towards this.
Yeah. I love this. I think it's really good.
I mean, it's almost like an airy cookie.
But it's got that eggnog flavor to it.
It
and
does.
It's not too intense.
It's not. I mean, it's just right. That's
just
awesome.
Right. Well, I think it's definitely eggnog for the win, right?
Mm-hmm.
We went out in November with a bang with our freeze drying project.
You've been knocking it out with this stuff. I mean, you could pass these off as cookies.
You could, if I could figure out how to make the shapes. I mean, I thought it was going to turn out good, and I should have used my silicone mats. I should have used my silicone mats because then it would come right off. It wouldn't be stuck.
Yep.
I didn't think about it.
Well, you just got them.
I just got them. What were you going to say?
I was saying that, you could make these adult egg. You could a little drop of
Enough
rum.
already. Enough already. You mean drop this in rum? You could flavor the rum with a little eggnog?
I mean, put a little drop, a little bit of rum in it.
But you could drop this in your glass of bourbon and then you'd have some. Anyway.
Oh, man, that's good.
So I think that this Thanksgiving should be a very enjoyable video for you guys to have watched with the mom and the new chicks.
Yeah.
And then the process of her just continuing to accept them.
Silkies are amazing.
Silkies are amazing. Hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving day.
Absolutely.
And just do something you enjoy. And I hope I've helped you along with that process because it makes me smile to see the chicks and the hen.
Mm-hmm.
So good feeling story on Thanksgiving. And until next time.
Y'all be good. Happy Thanksgiving.